Well, it has arrived, the first NFL Sunday of the year. We're only a matter of hours now away from kickoff. We've gone through all the games here on BETDAQ NFL. I've given you my opinion on each and every one. But of course, there are some games I like more than others. Would like to run through my best bets now quickly. If you're wondering about this background behind me and wondering what exactly that has to do with best bets, absolutely nothing. I just enjoy the scenery. It's Sunday morning, so we might as well put a smile on our face. Anyway, there are 5 games here this weekend that I separate above the rest. Week's off to a good start after Denver covered on Thursday night. I was all over the Broncos, was singing that to the hills to anybody who would listen here on the site and on Twitter. If you're not following us on Twitter, at BETDAQ NFL is where we're at. We'll follow you back. Anyway, let's get to these 5 games I like today. I guess 4 today and 1 tomorrow night. Starting with the Kansas City Chiefs on the road playing the Jaguars. Chiefs coming to town here, of course. We're broadcasting from Jacksonville, Florida right now. I do like the Chiefs minus 3.5 on the road. Like a lot of people, I think the Chiefs are going to be significantly better this year than they were last year. I know that's not an original opinion. Nearly everybody is picking the Chiefs to be significantly better. But I think the Jaguars are going to be really, really bad. And I know that's not anything groundbreaking either. Most people think the Jaguars are going to be bad this year, but I think they're going to be really bad. Maybe worse than most people realize. I'm not sure they're going to improve on last year's 2-14 record. I think the Chiefs come in here to Jacksonville today and win this game and cover the 3.5. Let's stay in the AFC South, or at least the Jags were in the AFC South, and so are the Indianapolis Colts. They're at home playing the Oakland Raiders. Colts a 10-point favorite on BETDAQ. Double-digit numbers always make me a little hesitant, but not hesitant enough in this case. I do like the Colts to cover the 10. Just talked about how bad I thought Jacksonville was going to be this year. The only team in the NFL sitting here that I would project to be as bad as Jacksonville is the Oakland Raiders. And on the road in Indianapolis, I'm just not seeing it for the Raiders today. 9 new starters on that defense. They're going with Terrell Pryor at the quarterback position. That means they're going to be extremely one-dimensional on offense. The Indianapolis Colts offense, very explosive last year. Expect them to get even better this year in Andrew Luck's second year. I think the Colts win easily today and cover that 10. Next game I want to talk about, the New Orleans Saints at home against the Atlanta Falcons. I'm all over the Saints this year, very bullish on them. Think they're a great Super Bowl bet. They could be had at 26-1 both places, I believe last time, or some places. I believe last time I checked it was around 22-1 on BETDAQ, but as you know that always fluctuates. I think the Saints are going to go off to a good start today at home against the Falcons. The Saints at home are the best bet in the NFL, 16-5 against the spread in their last 21 home games. They've been favored in 19 of those 21 games. Atlanta has lost 6 of their last 7 trips to the Superdome. Just don't think they have the offense to keep up with the Saints. As good as the Falcons' offense is, they are not as good as that New Orleans offense. I don't think either defense will have much success today slowing down the other team. So I like New Orleans to win in the shootout, New Orleans minus 3. Next game I want to talk about, maybe the best game of the day, Green Bay Packers going on the road to face the San Francisco 49ers. San Francisco a 4.5-point favorite. This, of course, a rematch of the divisional round playoff game last year in which San Francisco dominated. I think it's going to be a different story today. I like the Packers and the points. I think the Niners, and I know this isn't a very popular opinion, but I think the Niners are going to take a slight step back this year. I don't think they're going to be a bad team by any means. I still think they're going to be a 9 or 10 win team, but that's about it. I don't expect the Niners to win the NFC West. And like I said, that's an unusual opinion. A lot of people have pegged San Francisco as the Super Bowl favorites, but I think the loss of Michael Crabtree is going to be huge. Colin Kaepernick, teams are going to try to force Colin Kaepernick to throw the ball this season. Remember, he's only had a handful of starts in his career, so people have gotten a chance to watch some film on him now. And Kaepernick can throw the ball, but he can't throw the ball as well as the top 15 to 18 passing quarterbacks in the league. And Michael Crabtree was by far his favorite target last year, maybe the only guy he truly felt comfortable with. Without Crabtree this year, with defenses focusing on shutting down his running ability, I'm not sure Colin Kaepernick's going to have the same success that he did last year. And another thing to watch with this Niners team, the loss of Deshaun Goldson in the secondary. Will the 49ers secondary hold up? They're better against the run than they are against the pass, but I think that might be even more so the case this year. I think that secondary might be in for a little slippage. If they are in for slippage, they're facing the wrong team in Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. Green Bay has had 8 months to sit and stew about that loss to San Francisco. I'm not sure they're going to redeem themselves and win this game, but I really like Green Bay plus 4.5. I think this is going to be a close game, and 4.5 is too many points. Final game I want to talk about it is one of tomorrow night's games. I say one of because here in week 1 we get 2 Monday night games. I want to talk about the Philadelphia Eagles going on the road to face the Washington Redskins, a eagerly anticipated game. These two teams have been at the top of the NFL storylines throughout the offseason. Of course, Philadelphia with Chip Kelly's arrival from Oregon. What's that going to look like? His offense, was he holding things back in the preseason? I believe he was. And of course, the Washington Redskins, the dominant storyline there. Robert Griffin III's return from knee injury. He is going to start this game. How will he look? I have no doubt that Griffin would not be playing if he was not ready, if he was not healthy enough to play. However, might I remind you that throughout the offseason, it's not like Griffin was able to throw a football. This guy has been rehabbing an injury, so even if he is healthy, how rusty is he going to be? I go back to Peyton Manning, I believe it was 2007, I don't know, sometime during the 2004 to 2007, you get those years confused. I know the Colts won a Super Bowl during those years, but one of those years, you have to go back and fact check me on this, but one of those years, Peyton Manning missed the entire preseason and really wasn't himself until about week 9 or 10 of the season. Really got off to a bad start to the year, the worst start of his career, and that's Peyton Manning, a guy who has been doing this for years and years and years, even at that time had been doing it for years and years and years at the NFL level. Robert Griffin, obviously a young guy without the experience of Manning, and if he's rusty, if he's not well practiced, combined with some loss of mobility, however slight that may be, I don't know. I don't like Washington's chances here against Philadelphia in Chip Kelly's opening game as Eagles coach. I think Philadelphia is going to win this game outright. But to be safe, I'd take the 3.5 points. Those 3.5 points could really come in handy. So there are my 5 favorite bets of this week, of this weekend, of Sunday and Monday. As we said, the Denver game, which was one of my favorite bets of the week, is already gone. Kansas City minus 3.5, Indianapolis minus 10, the New Orleans Saints minus 3, Green Bay plus 4.5, Philadelphia plus 3.5 on Monday night. I wish you best of luck this week, whatever you decide to do, just so long as your interests don't conflict with my interests.